What's up, everybody? It's just a quick video to explain everything that's happening right now with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin just broke its all-time high with it hitting $69,646. Now, the biggest question, even on my mind, or what was on my mind, is why did it drop back down, or how did it drop back down? Why, how does it hit this number and not just run right afterwards? Well, keep in mind, Bitcoin has never actually broken its all-time high before the next Bitcoin halving period actually took place. That has never happened ever in Bitcoin history. But Bitcoin just did that 41 days before Bitcoin having the halving period. So that's one thing. So it's really over exceeding expectations. Two, Bitcoin has had a lot of people that got in at $69,000 last year, or not last year, but in prior years. As you see back here, this is when it hit its all-time high. It says 64,000, but the actual all-time high was 69,000. Bitcoin, a lot of people bought Bitcoin during that time period. A lot of people bought Bitcoin at this period of $58,000 when it was dropping. A lot of people kept buying the dip over and over and over and over again and then said, I'm at $22,000. I'm good. What have we seen before? We've seen Bitcoin hit that low of $16,000 and then reach a point of $24,000. After it hit that point, people said, I'm selling. I'm good. Like I'm up big. Bitcoin is up from 16,000 to 24,000. There we're up 50% at that point. And then we saw that decline. Then we saw a sharp decline. Then it hit $30,000. And the people that got in still are thinking, bro, I am down bad. I bought 500,000, 1,000. I bought some I bought some Bitcoin, bro. I can't handle this kind of pressure. And they sold. So we're just seeing a scenario where people that got in back here, or even in this whole period of just drought, are selling and aren't aware that Bitcoin is actually about to incline upward. And we're not here. We're not on this part of the chart. We're not on this part of the chart. We're on this part of the chart. We're actually on this. Go back. We're on this part of the chart. This is the part that we're actually at, and we're about to see a big incline upward, thanks to Bitcoin halving period and the scarcity that's going to happen throughout the market. Let's look at some of the top traded pairs on Binance. Or it just so happens that the top traded pairs of Bitcoin are on Binance, and to give some more low level explanation of what's going on. Binance, or let me slow down. Bitcoin is down, or its volume is up. Is down. Okay. Bitcoin's volume is down to $46 billion for the last 24 hours. These two pairs combined make up 10 billion of that trading volume. So we're about to go look and see what is transpiring. And as you can see, in the last 15 minutes, it is not a bunch of small cells. It is medium cells and large cells making up what is going on. The large cell inflow is a deflow. It is a sharp decline because of, like I said, people are trying to get out right here, right now. We can even go into the 30 minutes portion. And by the way, this is the $6.9 billion worth of transactions. Still large orders. People were buying heavy bags back at that $69,000 mark, and we're buying more, trying to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, not knowing that the dip wasn't going to incline back until 3 years later. Here we are 3 years later, and they're actually able to even at least break even, or have possibly 10, 20, 30% increase of their big bags. So they're saying, I'm good, I'm Gucci. So that's what's going on. We can even go look at this other pair real quickly. We're going to, shoot, that is not the right pair. That is BONK. Let's pull up the Binance and Bitcoin's USDT Bitcoin pair. And we're going to look at the trading data for the last 24 hours. And as you can see, again, bigger orders are the bigger inflow, are causing this negative inflow. Right now, the sells, the large sells make up in this pair in 3.9 US dollars worth of transactions. 24% of those transactions were large sales. 19% or 20% were medium sales. And the other pair, 15% were large sales and 18% were medium sales. We can even come over here to where we can look at the market trades for the last 20 and the last just recently, and you can see Bitcoin is just being sold, and it's large portions of it being sold. 0.01, 0.02, 0.04 worth of Bitcoin being sold. And when you look at how much is being bought, not even two zeros were bought. Like this is the closest, this is the biggest buy. Or no, here's the biggest buy, 0.1. And then right behind that or right after that was a 0.6. You got 0.4 here. But these cells, they're adding up. And I'm trying to get to the bigger ones because there's supposed to be a one. I think this is done. So there's so many trades that they haven't updated, and I can't actually filter it to say, hey, only trade transactions that consist of one Bitcoin. But you know where I can do that at? So this video ended up being longer. Sorry about that, guys, but I really want to make sure we understand what is happening, and I feel like knowledge is more important than just speed. I know a lot of people have the TikTok minds, but right now TikTok minds aren't what's going to help us understand what's going on and what's transpiring with the market and with Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to go to the decentralized exchanges, because I do know if I go to a decentralized exchange, I can then see the transactions that are happening with Bitcoin. And we're going to do that. Now we will do BTC. We're going to do BTC. And then we see right there's a 72 billion, not 72 billion, $72 million worth of transactions. So I just want to see some big transactions, right? I don't want to see some small transactions. Here we go. So we see 1.37 million Bitcoin was sold less than 15 minutes ago. 1.4 million dollars worth of wrapped Bitcoin, 1.7 million dollars worth of wrapped Bitcoin, $510,000 worth of wrapped Bitcoin, and that's 25 Bitcoin, 20 Bitcoin, 7.5 Bitcoin. So there's big sales going on right now because like I said, the reason behind that is because of the movement that Bitcoin has done recently, and now and you have holders that got in at those previous points that are just ready to leave. They're just ready to go. That's it. It's just as simple as they're ready to leave. Their anticipation and the stress that is caused them is too much, and they are leaving. All right. This is not a slight towards them. This is not disrespect. This is just the truth. Otherwise, they would have stayed in and waited to see what more Bitcoin does, especially after Bitcoin halving period, especially after the SEC has given support of ETFs, Bitcoin spot ETFs to be exact. There's already approval for futures ETFs, but now we also have spot ETFs for Bitcoin, and they're looking at spot ETFs for Ethereum as well. So Bitcoin and crypto as a whole is being more and more implemented and integrated into today's society. We're seeing people buy Bitcoin or use Bitcoin to buy things at restaurants. We're seeing countries actually switch their treasury from one asset to Bitcoin, especially with El Salvador. So yeah, man. Bitcoin's fine. If Bitcoin's gonna keep running, and it's gonna probably hit $200,000. I said $200,000 before, and I'm really tempted to change my sentiment and my prediction because of the fact that it hit its all-time high before Bitcoin halving period even took place. It's there's a chance that Bitcoin actually does reach $1 million. in 2025 or 2020 or late 2024. It's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen late 2024 or early 2025. But I'm also not a financial advisor and cannot give you guys financial advice. All I can tell you and give you is that my opinion, and I believe that Bitcoin has a lot further to go. And I'm only speaking this way because I want to make sure I talk slowly so I can articulate properly, and also make sure that I'm not speaking from a stance of emotion. I'm speaking from a stance of my own analysis and what I've read and gathered. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video really did bring some wisdom, or at least gave you guys a new perspective when you go throughout making your choices and your decisions. With all that being stated, though, it's Scripted Legend signing out. Y'all have a blessed one and stay safe. I'm gonna try to get the numbers of these transactions because I don't like the fact that all I can see is the transactions that was done once I started recording this video. I want to see transactions from like just from all day, or like, yeah, I just want to see all the transactions, and the fact that all I can see are the market trades for a certain transaction or whatever is just frustrating, honestly. But we learn. We learn. We don't sit here and complain and just sit in the complaint. We learn and figure out how we can best utilize the technology that we have available and how to really maximize it to the biggest of its capabilities. But thank you again for you guys watching and clicking on this video. Stay safe. Peace.